So Whiskey Galore, which is a remake of the original Ealing classic, which is it's a weird thing. I remember when I was young, there was a week at the Phoenix in East Finchley in which they did a week of classic titles from Passport to Pimlico, Ladykillers, Lavender Hill Mob, Kind Hearts and Coronets, and Whiskey Galore. And I remember seeing them all in a week, and it was like the most brilliant education. But absolutely loving it. Titfield Thunderbolt. They showed Man in the White Suit as well. And so the story, which is apparently inspired by real events and based on a novel. Basically, there's a shipwreck off a fictional Scottish island, and the ship has got whiskey on it, and the islanders, wouldn't you know it, they think, oh, there's a whole bunch of whiskey on that ship. Let's go and relieve the ship of the whiskey before it goes down. Obviously, trying to get it away from the customs and excise people. It's a really, really famous film, and it's a really, really brilliant film. It's a film which is fabulously stood the test of time. And I remember thinking immediately when I knew that there was a remake of it, I'm not entirely sure what the point of doing it again is. The Coen brothers did The Ladykillers, and at least when they did that, it changed the setting and it changed the premise and it took it somewhere else. And it was rubbish, but it was. Did you saw the remake of Ladykillers with Tom?
With our friend Tom.
With our friend Tom.
I don't think
yeah.
if Tom didn't talk to us about that film, so I couldn't be bothered to go and see his.
Well, and it really wasn't very good, and it was one of those things that you should. Anyway, so what this does is it doesn't even do that sort of major change. I mean, there are certain changes, but it doesn't really do that. It just rehashes the original riffs, but done in a way which has been done. Well, I mean, in a way which is sort of perfectly whimsical, but a way that probably owes more to the modern Dad's Army movie than it does to anything else. Eddie Izzard is in it as the uptight British soldier under whose nose all this stuff is happening. I mean, it's put together efficiently enough, but you just wonder what exactly is the point of it. The really strange thing is there's a scene in it in which this phone box appears quite a lot. So there's a phone box and there's, coastal roads and there's, breathtaking scenery, which puts you start thinking about Local Hero, which of course is ironic because Local Hero, when Bill Forsyth was making Local Hero, the titles that he was looking back to were obviously Whiskey Galore, and then he described it at another point as Brigadoon meets Apocalypse Now. And so it's just this kind of strange sort of shuffling match in which it reminds you of a thing that was influenced by the original thing. And all the time you're watching it, you just keep thinking, well, yeah, okay, fine. This is sending me back to a previous film, which I don't know why it needed to have anything else done to it. And it just feels, I mean, not terrible, just terribly inconsequential.
Which is almost worse because you don't want. But surely, I mean, I was quite intrigued by the way you were describing it. I was thinking, actually, that sounds quite fun.
But you've seen the original Whiskey Galore.
Yeah, well, but years ago. But in terms of a cinematic, how many people listening to this will have seen that at the cinema? I saw it at the cinema. You're not typical.
No, okay, but all right, fine. But I guarantee that most people will have seen. So you're saying the point is that it allows you. Well, wouldn't it be better to just re-release?
Well, maybe re-release the original, but maybe it's a different experience.